Good day to you, my friends. This video is not intended for entertainment purposes, but it's inspired. I'm gonna talk with you today about the word game over. I know most of you out there like to play the computer and it says game over when you're done playing. Well, in the real sense of life, there's also a game over of our life, our existence. So the question is, how do you play your life? Remember that when it's game over, there is no such as recalculate, reload, or replay. It's done. Let me share to you the story of a master and a servant. One afternoon, the master told his servant to do some grocery in the market. And while the servant was there in the market, here comes a guy with a black robe and a black horse with a sharp sickle. And you know who this guy is? Mr. Death, riding on a black horse. And Mr. Death was looking at this servant of that master. And when the servant noticed that Mr. Death was looking at him, he was so afraid. Of course, he doesn't like to die. It's not my time yet. I don't like to die. So he finished his grocery and came home and went home. And when he arrived, he told his master, said, Master, he was shivering. He was so afraid. Said, Master, I don't like to die. Mr. Death was looking at me right there in the marketplace. Help me, Master. Please help me. Well, the master, the good master said, Yes, I'm going to help you. I don't want you to die. You're a good servant of mine. Now, I got a quarter horse, an Arabian horse. You ride on that horse. You speed away from this place. Go to the farthest city of Baghdad. You're going to travel the whole night. That quarter horse is very fast. Probably in the morning around 6 o'clock, you'll arrive at Baghdad city. And I'm sure Mr. Death will not go there anymore. Will not reach you there. So this good servant, ride on the horse, carry some provisions. So the whole night, he drove the horse going to the farthest city of Baghdad, assured that he's not going to die. He's not going to, Mr. Death is not going to reach him there. So that night, since the master was so worried and was so curious, since Mr. Death was just a block away, that master went to the house of Mr. Death and knocked on the doors. And Mr. Death said, Come in. What can I do for you, gentlemen? And the master noticed that Mr. Death was sharpening his sickle. Then he said, Mr. Death, I'm just so curious. I'm just asking you why you were staring at my servant when I was telling him to do some grocery in the market. You did stare at him. Why were you staring at him? Then Mr. Death answered, You know what? Why I was staring at your servant? Because I was wondering why he was still there in the marketplace late in the afternoon when tomorrow I have an appointment with him around 6 o'clock in the morning in the city of Baghdad. You know what the story means? You know what happened? When death comes around, my friend, you have no choice. Tomorrow is not certain, whether you're here or not. Life is not certain, my friends. I got a cousin back in the southern part of my country. He has altercation with an army sergeant. And that army sergeant planned to kill him. In that fateful night, when my cousin was coming out from the house where he visited a friend, he was to start his car because he wanted to drive his car. That army sergeant who hated him so much came to his side and pumped one bullet of 45 caliber pistol right below his armpit, his arms, and shoot him. And you know what happened? Because that was early part of the evening, there were still a lot of people passing by. After the blast, the big explosion, they heard my cousin. This is the last word of my cousin. What's that? When he stooped down. This was just maybe a second. He's dead. Remember, my friend, when the earthworm group of companies will sign your body for a contract, my friend, you have no choice. When the crematorium will sign for your body, you have no choice. You get the hell, an early fire to burn your body. There is no replay in this life, my friend. Remember that. There is no reload, recalculate, no. Once it's the end, it's the end, my friend. So you had to be careful. We had to be careful. What kind of life do we live today? But here's the good news, my friend. There is a replay. But you had to read the manual. You had to read the manual how to have that replay. It's this one, my friend. The rejected book. The Holy Scripture. It's the book of all books that you need to read so that you'll have a replay, a life forever, my friend. Not this kind of life, because this life is very short. It's full of sorrows. Life on earth is very chaotic, my friend. So I don't need to elaborate further today. But I'll just end this vlog, this video, with a song. I hope you like the song. It's spiritual. It's inspired. Again, this is for inspiration, not for entertainment purposes. There'll be light in the sky from the palace on high. When I come to the end of the road, sweet relief from all care will be waiting me there. When I come to the end of the road, when the long day has ended, the journey is o'er, I shall enter that blessed abode. For the Savior I love will be waiting me there when I come to the end of the road. See you on my next video. Thank you for viewing.